If you are unclear on your purpose, if you believe you might not have a purpose, if you feeling like you're kind of connected with some direction but you're not really sure, you don't have a whole lot of clarity, or if you have no idea about what you're here for on this planet, even if you feel like you're connected with purpose and you know where you're going but you're not feeling happy and fulfilled, all of those, if you answered yes to any of those, then this video will be for you. Alright, so over the last few years, this whole purpose thing has got a lot of attention, especially, through Instagram and all these types of platforms. Now, I just want to settle something straight right here for you. Now, the definition of a purpose is why something exists, okay? So if something exists, then it has a purpose. Make sense? So if you exist, you have a purpose. Now, you might not be conscious of it, you might not be aware of it, but you have a purpose. So we can just wipe out this "I don't have a purpose" bullshit, because you do, and change it to "I am just not aware of it." All right? Instantly going from "I don't have a purpose" to "I'm not aware of my purpose," it's completely different, right? So already we're starting to move it towards something where you want to go. So understand that you have a purpose. If something exists, it has a purpose. All of that quote unquote negativity in our life, all of our problems, our issues, our challenges, the things that are holding us back, they have a purpose because they're here. It wouldn't have a purpose if it wasn't here, and it wouldn't be here if it didn't have a purpose, okay? So you are here, you have a purpose. Now, I believe human beings as a general, like as a species, the purpose of us is to be free. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationship-wise, just free. That's the purpose, right? Now, you may think that's something different, but as a race, not individual. So we understand that you have a purpose. Now, you may have heard me say this before, what you focus on expands. So if you choose to focus on not having a purpose, you're going to expand on that, and you're going to keep reinforcing the fact that you don't have a purpose. Feel like you don't have a purpose then, or you're just not aware of your purpose, then let's just try a purpose on. Say, I'm just going to make the world a better place, because what you focus on is what expands. So if you say, I have a purpose of making the world a better place, you are focusing on the fact that you have a purpose, and how that evolves over time is how it will happen. But you're going in the right direction. It's like if you keep trying to go, I don't have a purpose, I don't have a purpose, and you're looking for your purpose, and your purpose is on this side, but you're looking this way because you're like, I don't have a purpose, I don't have a purpose, you're never going to find it. So as long as we just go like this, I have a purpose, and it's make the world a better place right now. That's all it is. It could be to be the best man, father, husband, whatever, So that's the first part of it. Just try one on, for 6 months, I want to be this. We also have to understand that our purpose isn't connected to our job. We could have a purpose that is one way and our career is one way, but our careers fund our purpose. Purpose could be to see every single country in the world, but your job may be in construction, but your job is funding your purpose. And all of a sudden, when you can make that link, it's not a burden to go to work. You can actually see how it's helping you fund this rather than taking time away from you traveling, right? So you understand that your job, your career doesn't have to be your purpose. It can be your funding mechanism to help you drive your purpose. Me, for example, my business has a purpose: transforming, awakening, empowering men. My personal purpose is something different, and my personal purpose is quite simple, so don't get caught up in it. You can literally just choose. Now, Steve Jobs said you can only connect the dots looking back. What I mean by this is our purpose generally comes from a pit or a void or a challenge that we've overcome, like a hero's journey, if you've ever heard of that. So it's like we've had these challenges in our past, and we've had to overcome them to then do what we want to do. The tool that I like to use, 7 layers below, is you take what you're doing right now, like you're in your job, and like, why are you doing that job? Like, why? Most people don't know. They might just go, oh, I was lucky or got this. But if everything happens for a reason, then how do we know that you're not meant to be there by some divine order? We don't. So let's explore this a little bit. So you go, why am I working this job, right? And then you keep asking why 7 times. You keep going down, and you might actually find a deeper reason why. It's quite powerful. The second way that we can start exploring this is we can find your values. Your personal values, like, why are they important to you? You know, the void creates the values, but also our challenges that we've overcome has created our value. So same thing, let's get your values, the top 3 or 4 or 5, however many you want to do, and then do the same thing. Ask, why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? And keep going down 7 layers. Now you're going to get to the deeper why down the bottom, and you might go, wow, I can see what I'm here for. You put them all together and you might go, wow, I can see it. That is enough for you to maybe go, it all makes sense, right? But if still a bit unsure, a bit unaware of what your purpose may be, then we look back and be like, what challenges have you overcome? What challenges are you working towards overcoming? What is your little mini hero's journey, right? You know, for me, I was a very, very shy and quiet person, couldn't talk, wasn't very good at English or writing or reading. And now I speak for a living. I've wrote a few books. I've read hundreds of books. I love learning. I love, growing and educating and studying, and that's stuff that I hated and I was struggled with as a kid. So the void creates the value, right? And so I had to overcome all of those things to push me to here. It's quite ironic when you think about it, and overcome some other mental and emotional challenges, which then pushed me onto this path, because if I didn't experience those, I wouldn't be here, right? It reveals the purpose. So you just got to pull off the weeds from the top. Now, if you've got so much congestion in your mind, it's hard to see what you're here for, because all you're doing is just pulling away the weeds all the time. So you need to do a level of work to be able to access that. The signs are there. When you look for it, the signs will be there. It was quite amazing that when I look back, I saw all of these ways, like all of these different times that I liked helping people, and I found so much enjoyment in there. But I didn't understand it, I wasn't conscious of it, and I kind of neglected it. There was times like right back from primary school, there was times that, I got on the school bus and there was some guy and I wanted to help him. I don't know why. I was like, I really wanted to talk to him and help him or something, but I just couldn't. So when you look back, you'll be able to find what you're here for. And so it's all about just wiping away the cobwebs, wiping away all of the shit essentially that's inside of your mind, so the congestion, so then you can see more clearly. What I found is like there's people who are at rock bottom, and for them to get to the next level, they have to be like so sick and tired of being at rock bottom that they need to be at rock bottom to push them up to the next level. But what got them to here isn't going to get them to here. And so what connects people from here to here is we need to connect more with the why. Why is it so important for us? So we just make all of these neural links, what I like to call it, write all of these reasons of why this is important to me, and you just keep listing. Go 50, 100, 200, 400, 500 reasons of how it's going to help you, why it's important to you, how it's going to help every area of your life, and you'll come to a deeper meaning and an inner drive, and that just comes through in inspiration. When I wrote my first book, I wrote 500 reasons of how writing this book and publishing this book will help me, will help my business, will help my health, will it help my career, will it help my relationships, will it help every single area of my life. Outside of doing sessions and all that, I was just writing it. So it was so cool to see the impact of that happening, and it's because I could see how important it was for me. So to recap a little bit, what we need to do is to understand that you have a purpose, you just may not be aware of it because you exist. Then what we need to do is ask, like, the things that you're currently doing in your life, use the 7 layers below tool to see where and how you can actually get to the bottom of your deeper why, and do the same thing with your values right now. And if you're not sure what your values are, we had a little section on values, so you'll be able to go back and do a test there. So then you go through your values and you get them, and you get to the deeper why of both of them. Now we look back and see what dots we can connect. What challenges have you overcome? What problems have you overcome? What voids have then created values for you? And so we go over and we look at all the things that you overcome, and like a little hero's journey, as I said, and then you may start seeing and being open towards what is important to you and why you're here for. When the why is big enough, the hows figure themselves out. We connect with why. Why do you want to achieve that? Why do you want a purpose? That could also be something. And you just keep listing all of these reasons. It helps connect neural networks together, so you start wiring new networks and new neural links, and it makes a massive difference to how you think on a day-to-day basis. And so then once we've got all of that, if we still feel like we don't have anything, just try a purpose on. Just try one on and see what happens. Just go, I'm here to make the world a better place. I'm here to be the best man. You're here to be the best person you can. And just try that on and see what happens. You know, if you're working towards something, maybe you want to run a marathon, be like, my purpose at the moment is running a marathon. Like literally just choose something. And then when you choose something, it will evolve over time. You don't have to have a purpose once and then it's stuck that way. You don't have to go, you know what, this is my purpose and it can't be anything else for the rest of my life. No, it doesn't happen like that. My purpose will evolve and I'm cool with it, you know, and have that awareness and have that belief that it can change and it's cool to. And it will over time, especially, you know, life events happen. I'm sure my purpose will change once I have kids, you know, I think it will massively. So understand that our life events can influence that as well, and don't be tied to this one elusive purpose that needs to be like the North Star that takes you there all the time. Like literally just choose it. Don't get caught up in the hype around all of this. So I hope you liked that video. Let me know if you have any comments. Let me know if you have any questions. I answer them all if I see them. And enjoy this video. Let me know your biggest takeaway down in the comments section. And if you have someone that's maybe struggling or they might not be sure with, you know, their purpose or where they want to go, do me a favor and share this video. The more men that we get to, or people we get to share this with, the more impacted we get to have, and we can get this message out if you love it. So thanks for being here again, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.